are here to inspect progress of work on the Eastern Corridor Road. I know that the Eastern Corridor Road is very dear to your hearts.
Your Excellency, we value and appreciate the many development programs and projects that your government is undertaking throughout the country, as stated in your recent State of the Nation's address. We really appreciate your effort to have the Eastern Corridor Road completed. It is a project with immense economic and social importance to South Dine District and the country as a whole.
I want to assure you that work is progressing steadily. This road was the dream of Professor John Evans Atta Mills. And when I took over as president from him, I pledged that we're going to continue the work on the Eastern Corridor Road so that we have an alternate route that moves goods and services along the eastern borders of our country, stretching all the way from Kulungungu in the Upper East region, through Nakpanduri in the northern region, through Yendi, Bimbila to Otidamanku, from Otidamanku to Nkwanta to Dodipepesu, through Jasikai, and through Hohoi and South Dai District onwards, all the way to Asekuma. And from Asekuma continues all the way down. There's going to be a new bridge. After we've repaired Adomi, so currently we're doing Adomi, but in future there's going to be a new bridge at a place called Volivo. I don't know how many of you know Volivo. And when you cross Volivo, it will take you straight down to the Tema runabout through Asuchari. And so it will shorten the road, and at the same time, it will be a first-class asphalt road so that all the agricultural products along this corridor can move freely between the northern part of the country, the middle, and the south. And so this road is one of the roads and one of the most important projects that we are using to change lives in Ghana and to transform our country. What is dearest to your heart is the Eastern Corridor Road. This is a road that was conceptualized by the late Professor John Evans Atta Mills. And it was one of the major projects that he put as an objective of our government. When I took over office from Professor Mills, I promised that we will continue and finish the Eastern Corridor Road. And so we have various segments of it. It is from Lot 1 to Lot 7. Lot 7 ends at Kulungungu on the border between Upper East of Ghana and Togo and Burkina Faso. And Lot 1 starts from Tema Runabout to Asekuma Junction. And so we have a contractor working on Asekuma Junction to Have, and that job was awarded in Professor Mills' time. Unfortunately, the job was awarded on GOG budgets, and you know how Government of Ghana budget operates, and that's why the work has been a bit slow. The next segment is from Have to Hohoi, which is the segment that Afajaso South is concerned with. We have just awarded that segment, but this time we've put it under the Cocoa Roads program. And so you're going to find that that work will go faster, because under the Cocoa Roads, as soon as payment certificates are raised, they are paid by Ghana Cocoa Board. And Ghana Cocoa Board has set aside the money for the roads that is constructing under the Cocoa Roads program. So I came on an inspection of the road, and I have seen work going on from Asekuma to Have. They are putting the asphalt surface on, and the contractor has moved his equipment to between Have and Hohoi and has started clearing the road and coming, opening the road. And so you're going to see a lot of action on your road soon. I want to assure you, Togwe, that NDC is committed to completing the Eastern Corridor Road because it is going to be a major economic corridor for moving agricultural products and other products down the Eastern Corridor of our country from the north right down to the south. Other segments include Dodipepesu to Nkwanta. That one is finished. We did under an EU financing, and I'll be coming sometime early next month to commission that part. The next part is from Dodipepesu all the way to Jasikine, and then from Jasikine to Hohoi. We have moved Rolida. After Rolida finished the whole Fume Road, we have moved them from that road and asked them to start from Dodipepesu coming down towards Hohoi. And so that segment also has been awarded on contract. It is also under the Cocoa Roads program. And so work is going to be accelerated there. Once we finish those segments, it means the road will be open through all the way to Nkwanta. Nkwanta to Otidamanko is China State. They are working in that part. Their contract is on the Consolidated Fund, but I've asked them to move it onto what we call the Enhanced Road Fund. If you remember, we passed a bill recently in Parliament that increases the road fund from 6 pesos to 40 pesos. And so there's more money going to come into the road fund. So I've asked them to move it onto the Enhanced Road Fund so that work on that segment can be speeded up. But then from Nkwanta from Otidamanko to Nakanduri in the northern region, that part is being financed by the Brazilian funding, and Odebrecht are the contractors that are working on that segment. And so all the pieces are coming together. And so this area is going to become a major corridor through which all the economic activity, the transportation of agricultural products is going to come through. I know there are other roads here that you are concerned about. Toby didn't mention them, but I had consulted earlier, and we've captured some of them already. And so the Logba Alakweti to Logba Kliko Road is one of those that we are packaging. And so we're going through the procurement process. And so soon you'll have a contractor on it. The Kliko to Logbatota Road was done long ago, and the surface has deteriorated. And so we're going to reseal it and then put a fresh coat of quota over it so that it opens up that whole corridor for you. You remember the Second World War in Germany when Hitler was the head of state in Germany. He had his propaganda chief called Goebbels. Goebbels is the one who came out with a theory and said that if you take a lie and you repeat it often enough, eventually people will come to accept it as the truth. And so there's a lie that is being peddled that the Volta region has been neglected, it's been abandoned, government is not doing anything in the Volta region. It is absolutely false. And people are using the Goebbelian theory to try and make sure that it sticks in people's minds. It's absolutely false. Allakpa, Allakpa. You know, because if we look at the work we've done in the Volta region, from electricity to water to health to CHIPS compounds to schools, you know, tertiary institutions, just name them. There are so many, to roads, there are so many of them. I have the full list there, but I'm not going to bore you going through all of them. And so we are developing the Volta region, and I know that the Volta region has stood solidly behind me, stood solidly behind Professor Mills, stood solidly behind my government. And so there's no way that I'm going to take the Volta region for granted. Volta region, I said in Todome, is not only my World Bank, it's also my IMF. And so I'm never, ever going to point to the Volta region with my left hand.
As chiefs, our subjects always ask us, What are they doing about the road? We must tell them the good story. As they also go along, they see the work going on. I don't think they will be disturbing the chiefs about these questions again.